Hi there and welcome to the 1 million gallon Koipond. My name is Hartwig and this is the story of my pond. The date of today's episode is 10th of April 2011 and it's been almost a year since I let loose 126 koi. In the last episode you could see 2 shags attack my pond. I found a lot of dead fish that autumn and the following spring. They all had injuries after a sharp beak. In this episode I will show you the result of the attack and my ignorance regarding water aeration during a long and cold Norwegian winter. I know there are a lot more important issues in the world than my pond, but since you look at this video and probably are a koi keeper, you might recognize my frustration and despair. I have promised to show you all the ups and downs on this journey and to tell you the whole truth, even if it's embarrassing. That's why I have to give myself some of the blame of the result. It will be too easy to just blame the 2 shags. And do remember, the goal of this channel is to give you such detailed updates on what it's like to manage a pond like this, that it will be like owning it yourself. These first episodes have been reviews on what happened in 2010 and partly in 2011. From now on I want to focus more on what I've done with the pond and the surrounding landscape the last few years, and not least what remains to be done. As the series goes on, I will be documenting and taking you with me on all the trials of keeping a pond of this size. Instead of showing you a lot of dead and rotten fish, I will focus on the 2 things I did with the pond before I realized that every single koi was dead. After the attacks from the 2 shags in 2010 and the long cold winter, which killed the rest of my fish in the pond, I totally lost my motivation for koi keeping. Later that spring, when my koi dealer told me about their freak accident with their pond, in which I lost all my remaining koi, I just gave up. I did not visit the pond for 3 years. Before I realized that every fish in the pond was dead, I dug a 170 meters trench from the barn up to the pond, and I put in a power cable. I decided that whatever happened with the pond, it will be useful to have electricity nearby. I also installed a small water aeration system in case any fish survived. In November 2013, a friend needed a pond for 12 koi he was about to cull. They ended up in my pond. The next spring, almost 4 years after the attacks, I was back looking for them. The love for the pond was back. This time I was determined to succeed. With one rule: not buy a single koi before the pond was ready for it. Join me next time on the 1,000,000 gallon koi pond as the story continues. In the next episode, I will show you the small water aeration system I installed that spring. Better late than never. That's it for now. Thanks for watching, and remember, there's a new episode every Friday, so click on the round subscribe button and you'll be sure to never miss one. If you want to watch more videos, please push one of the buttons below.